Hi, I'm John Lovitz, and you're watching Couldn't Help But Notice, starring Brett Riley, on the John Lovitz Comedy Network.
This man may talk like an idiot and look like an idiot, but don't let that fool you. He really is an idiot.
Brett Riley.
And for the man you all came to see, put it together for Brett Riley.
Brett Riley.
Brett Riley.
All right.
Brett Riley.
Welcome to Couldn't Help But Notice. I'm your host, Brett Riley. My guest today is Super Naked, the band, the guys.
Pile of
Friday
dudes.
nights.
Pile of dudes.
Just pile of dudes. Friday night show, Super Naked with Jay Davis, and every Friday night, 10 p.m.
Yeah, man.
Here at the John Lovitz Comedy Club.
Hooray!
Yeah, and it's been super fun. You guys have enjoyed yourselves so far, right?
Yeah.
I like to think so.
It's been super fun.
It's been, yeah. You're the energy guy.
You were on our show, man.
I've been.
Do you remember that?
I do. I do remember.
You sang with us.
I slightly remember. I did Gravity.
You wrote a
I did
song.
it.
Kind of.
That's how we broke the ice.
Kind
We
of
did.
Gravity the first time. I forgot the words. You also had to count me in, like every time when it came.
I also had to give him the drum groove because he was going to play Waiting on the World.
Waiting on the world to
Waiting on the
change.
I didn't. And you know what? It was fun though, because we
Gravity.
have karaoke
Waiting on the world.
in Kansas. That's it. We have karaoke, and I'll admit it, I was intimidated. I don't get nervous like doing comedy. I don't get nervous singing, but when I'm with actual musicians, I practiced in the shower and everything, and still forgot the words. But I had a great time. And then I made up stuff, and then this last time, I missed the second week because I was in Vegas, and then this last time, you guys let me make up a song. That at the time, that night, I thought, wow, well, we just really did something. And then I got the footage. It's always different when you look at it in hindsight, because I was like, am I off key? Am I off key? And also, is it just me, or am I nursery school?
That's why
running?
I don't ever watch things that I do. 'Cause
I shouldn't have.
Hey, Jay Davis says, "Tell Luke I love him and hope he understands. Call me if you'd like on the phone. I have a deadline for cat." He just wants you to know that he
Loves you.
Because I told him I'm mad at him.
Yeah.
Why?
He always farts,
Jay?
just all the time.
I just thought it'd be fun to tell him I was mad at him. So now he's going to be afraid of me.
No, we love Jay
That's
Davis.
the best way to. That's the best way to play it with Jay, because you always prey on any sensitivity.
You know, Jay is.
Comics are sensitive?
Comics are super sensitive.
Well, Jay's the most sensitive,
Jay's
but
the
he's
super
the in the best way, sensitive in the sweet way, not in the
Sweet.
annoying way.
Right.
He's responsible for Super Naked being at this club, and like he came out to a show at the Baked Potato, and we freaked him out a little bit, and he's like, oh, and he freaked out so much so that he went and told everyone here at John Lovitz Club that they would have no business without us, and so we have to thank him for that. He's smart.
He's also really good at promoting.
Yeah.
Like every show that he does, like there's a lot of comics right now that should probably be, giving out all kinds of like love to Jay, because I mean Dublin's.
Hey, he's a veteran. The guy's been killing it for
he's
how
just
long?
A long time. I don't know how long, but so you guys, let's introduce ourselves.
Matt Gendel.
Matt Gendel,
Drummer,
drums,
Super Naked.
Drummer, Super Naked.
Lee Miles, singing, dancing, parading around.
I'm Luke. I play guitar.
Luke plays guitar.
Yeah.
Luke's also the energy guy. Just
Yeah.
full, just
He's stocking up on energy right now.
take it down a notch.
He's
Luke.
always eating, actually. I don't know if you noticed this, but every picture we have, except for that one, we asked him to put down the sandwich at the one in the background.
Good work.
Yeah, that was rare.
I'm looking for endorsements.
Yeah.
Professional eater.
No Taco Bell, though. I can't do it.
I really don't. I can't. I did it the other day,
It's
and
terrible.
and you pay for it.
You do.
Like
One way or the
Yeah,
other.
you don't pay for it out of the wallet.
Yeah.
Pay
No,
for
you
it
pay
out
for
of
it-
toilet paper.
Yeah. Well, by the way, why are
are-
they doing the new breakfast menu? That came out on my birthday. I was like, why'd you guys do that?
It's a waffle taco.
The waffle taco, like nothing says diarrhea in the morning more than breakfast from Taco Bell. Like it.
They should have called it a Waco. That would have been cool. I would have been
Waco?
more
Can
into
get a
it.
Waco taco. It's gonna. That will probably be.
Get your fucking waffle taco.
Everybody likes the taco
in the morning.
But it would look like Waco.
which is even
There's
darker.
probably
I
a lot
love
of
that.
association.
Yeah, Waco.
Have
Get
this
your David
Waco.
Koresh taco. Follow me.
It's gonna blow out your ass later.
By the way, I don't
Set
know
your
why
ass on fire. Ooh.
All I'm thinking about right now is how disgusting like maple syrup and hot sauce would be as a combination.
I am into it, man. I'm into the sweet savory.
Takes the right hot sauce though. Like Cholula's too thick for maple. You need like Tabasco or something thinner that's just gonna get in there.
I was a freak as a kid. I put ketchup and hot sauce on my cereal sometimes. I did.
Seem very. But see, you got that rocker thing. You guys see, that's the thing that I also. I'm not gonna lie. That's why I got into comedy. It's because I'm not even remotely a rock star. I'm domesticated like a house cat. I've been with the same woman for 9 years this week, and
Congratulations. That's awesome.
Yeah.
and
it's hard to do.
like in the daytime I'm Mr. Mom.
I saw you propose to her. I watched the
Did
video.
you watch it?
It's incredible, man, because it's like not only was the whole entire scene they were all, it was like a flash mob scenario.
Yeah.
Where?
On
The
it's on
3rd
YouTube.
Street Promenade, the Monsoon, the
Yeah.
sushi restaurant on 3rd Street Promenade.
And he sings "Signed, Sealed, Delivered," but he doesn't sing it. He like fucking murders it. Of
course.
And you see,
Brett Riley.
there was another show I think they did like the flash mob surprise thing, but everybody always sucked in my opinion with regard to what they were like when they did the singing thing. I was like, oh, this is where I can't watch this anymore. But you crushed it, which is it blew everybody away.
Well, that's why I was telling you guys, honestly, getting to sing with you guys, and when Jay was like, yeah, man, and you can come and you can do comedy and you can jam out with the band, I was like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't. My mom brought it up. My mom is not even excited that I finally got my first national commercial. She's not excited about comedy or anything, but she's seriously called me 3 times this week to ask me, so has anything progressed, like with the guys that you've met, like with the can they help you figure out a way to do the singing thing?
Oh, we're gonna be writing songs together.
That's what
you
they-
know this.
We're gonna make your music career.
Yeah,
Well,
it's gonna
that's
happen.
Make you
Let's find
famous.
right now.
Not yet. This is we don't go live. We're going to in the future podcast we'll go
Will your
live.
mother hear this?
Yeah,
That's amazing.
my mom listens to it.
Hi, Brett's mom.
Hi.
Yeah.
He's a nice boy. He did
He
well.
is.
What's funny is her name's Nancy, so whenever people call people a negative Nancy, I'm like, that's my mom. It's kind of
That's so annoying.
It's not. She's a happy lady. So
I hate it when people say lukewarm.
Luke.
It doesn't have the same connotation. I just hate it.
I know, but with that, I love your delivery too. I hate it when people say lukewarm.
He feels lukewarm about people saying
No one says
lukewarm.
Matt Warm
Matt
or
Warm.
Brett Warm.
Yeah, but people say don't forget to wipe your feet on the mat when you walk in the
Yeah.
door.
It's true.
Different spelling.
Yeah. What else should we talk about?
There's so many things.
There's so many things. Like, okay, what's the worst gig that you guys have done since Super Naked's been together?
I think they're kind of all the worst gig.
Yeah, they
In
just
their own
we don't
special way.
really
In their own special
enjoy
way.
what we do. And then, worst being obviously John Lovitz. It's just absolutely no
It's
fun.
just-
It's such a drag, and we had like this guy thought he was, what was his name? Charles Fleischer. I guess he was the voice of some Roger Rabbit character. Came up and sang with us, whatever. We were so fucking bored. I just remember hating every minute of it.
He was really good. I really.
I
enjoyed
actually
that.
think what's great about this band, everything I just said is obviously completely bullshit. But this band, it's sort of like serendipitous how it came together, because initially I was bored of I produce for a living, and these guys play on records and make music and write for a living. They're all pro musicians, and the way we met was through I would be producing a band, and they would be a part of that band and come into the studio, blah blah blah. So I got bored, and I was like, "Do you guys want to just get out of here and play some stuff? I just want to play." So started playing some originals, and then it was called. We were gonna be called This is amazing, by the way, and I think we may do something like them Crooked Vultures later. Except it'll just be us, just the same
And
members.
John Paul Jones.
But we're gonna call it what we
Oh,
were
he's in it.
originally called, which is the Gizzards.
And that was the three of
Gizzards?
us.
Yes.
Gizzards?
Jizzards.
The Gizzards. The Gizzards.
Yeah, let's just marinate on the jizzards.
Now we were gonna be like, full on cowboy out, just like rough riding.
Tell me you guys were going to do nothing but intros.
No, we had
'Cause my brother and I wanted to do that. My brother and I wanted to go on stage and just play like How you doing? I'm doing pretty good. And you just do nothing but
intro the song.
Hey,
Y'all ready?
what'd you get into last night? Well, I'll tell you what I got into last night. She was a tall, long-legged filly, and then you just nothing. The song never starts. You just go,
And then you do into the next
and then
intro.
go to a next intro.
No, but Super Naked kind of does that.
You guys do, but it was, dude. I also like how eclectic you guys like. You guys play everything pretty much.
Well, yeah, that's what. So back to your question with the gigs is that there's never been a bad gig, and the reason for it is because it was bred off of this idea that let's just go have fun and literally not care, but not stress.
Not actually care.
About the things that, because if you're in a band out there, you know how stressful being in a band is. It can ruin your life. It can take the fun out of music. It can take the fun out of performing, which is why you have bad gigs. But if you decide from the very beginning, we're stoked. We're just gonna go blow people's minds, and if they don't like us, we could not care less.
Yeah.
Because it's not about them. It's about us at that point. So every gig has been that's where we start, and people love that for some reason. And then they even let us roast them, and so like we say some pretty horrible things to people on stage, and they love it. They want it. Can't get enough of it.
That's where I leave people disappointed with my comedy because I don't like people are like, come on, man, lay into me, man. I was like, I don't know you very well. I don't really have. And you seem like a nice enough guy. I got nothing to. That's not my. Yeah.
You should say that to somebody, though. You should be like, I'm looking at you, and I thought I would heckle you, but because you look straight, you're horrible. But the thing is, I just don't know you.
I just don't know you, so let's
can't
just
do it.
move on. Sorry.
That's like a new form.
Somehow people come back for more though. We did a hit in Venice, and midway through the set, out of nowhere, none of us saw it come in. Lee just in between tunes calls out this dude for he's just an old Silver Fox, dapper looking old man, and he's like, so what are you doing here? Because you clearly
Bruce.
didn't come here for us. And starts talking to him. He said, I can't help it every time. I mean, I'm looking around the room, and boom, there you are.
Holy shit,
So
you
he
totally
introduced
don't
name's
belong
Bruce,
here.
So finished the gig, whatever.
Yeah.
A week later, we played the same place. Bruce is there with his entire family. Lee calls him out again, says, hey, are you that same guy? He says, no.
No, I'm not him.
He says, no,
I'm
not
not
him.
him.
Lee moves on, and I go, is that Bruce? Bruce's like, yeah, what's up? And then after the gig, turns out he came back with his whole family for more pain.
Yeah, they want the suffering. Man.
It's true.
They want to get super naked.
Super naked. So super naked is because it's just you guys are just fun. There's no.
It's just raw.
I would love them to tell the story of the name.
Yeah. Why?
Godfather?
Since it's not the Gizzards, it's super naked.
Do you want the validation and the reason for the name, or where the name came from?
You know what? I'm gonna leave that up to you.
Because I can tell where the name came from,
I don't.
but I can't. We're talking about the philosophy of Super Naked.
Super naked. Yeah.
It's a whole
To each his own.
deeper
you know?
conversation.
Okay. Well then. Why did you guys call it super naked? By the way, I am interviewing what Piers Morgan is to interview. I'm not exactly.
That's the best. I am to this thing what this other guy who sucks at this thing is to the same thing. And normally people will find another,
Did you see the clip of with Chelsea Handler?
Yeah, oh yeah.
When she was like, "You're horrible at this."
Yeah.
She was like, "You
No.
are shit."
Is
at
he the guy who
interviewing.
always starts laughing? That's Anderson Cooper.
No, he's the British smug, just
I know,
dickweed.
yeah.
Like, he's just a
I
smug
haven't seen that.
dickweed.
She calls him out for. She says, "You're supposed to care that I'm here. Like I'm a guest on your show," and he just doesn't care.
And she was like, "Dude, I wish people could see it during
I
the
know.
break." She was like, "During
Can
the
we
break."
pull up the clip? Is this Ellen? I've always wanted to say that, and it
I
just
don't-
happened.
Yeah.
Let's roll the clip.
Don't confuse Angela.
No, he's
in
back there falling over shit right now.
Look at No, he's gonna pull it. Okay, so super naked.
Super Naked.
Why? Why is it called?
I mean, you
Super
have to
Naked?
understand that none of us wanted to be in a band.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, we still kind of don't. Like, we kind of have been forced into this because people like us and want us to
I
play
fucking
shows.
hate being in the band.
That's good.
So the whole thing was like, oh, now we have to do all the shitty stuff that goes with being in a band. Like rehearse and buy a van and come up with a band name
And care.
and
That is
Promote.
what.
find record contract.
After the first show that
Lawyer
I did with you
people.
guys, we showed the clip of me doing Gravity with you guys during the break, the next podcast afterwards, and I go like this, and my guest Raj Sharma goes like this. He goes, he was like, you could have rehearsed. And I go, no, dude, I go, no, dude.
Yeah.
No.
I was like, no, dude, I'm the Allen Iverson of life. Like,
Yeah.
I don't practice. We're talking about practice.
Yeah.
Not a game. Not a game.
Well, then you understand the spirit of Super.
Yeah. Excellent. That's why I'm a comic.
Yeah.
Because
That's why
I
we
don't
get
want to
along so well.
friggin' rehearse, and that's why it's been hard for me to find, like management that I want to work with because they think that I'm full of shit. When I'm like, no, I like what I do. I know my limits. I can work for an hour a day.
Yeah.
I don't want to friggin' rehearse. I don't want to, like, if you're an actor, that's cool. If there was a project that was something that I was like, wow, I really want to be a part of it, that'd be fine. But otherwise, you're an employee. You're on set.
Oh, here's our clip. Check it out. Let's check the clip. Hey.
Okay.
What will your life here be this week? What will you do?
Well, I am working this week.
After the show, where do you go? What do you do?
Well, I have to come here and tolerate this nonsense, and then I have
All
to
this
go.
nonsense is designed to flog your tawdry
I know.
book.
I'm going to go do a book signing at Target in Westwood, and then I
Yeah.
go on the road every weekend and perform live stand-up comedy, and do book signings, and that's it. I'm a workhorse. I'm a workaholic.
You tweet very amusingly.
I wish you did. I mean, in the middle of the commercial break, I want your viewers to know. They must know because they're probably following you on Twitter. I mean, you can't even pay attention for 60 seconds. You're a terrible interviewer.
Well, you weren't keeping my attention. That's
Well,
more
but
an issue
that's
for you
not
than
my
me.
problem.
That is your problem.
This is your show. You have to pay attention to the guests that you invited on your
If
show.
they're interesting enough.
Yeah, they are. Listen, it doesn't matter how interesting I am. You signed up for
She's
this
for
show.
real.
Yeah.
Well, she
maybe
hosts
that's
the
why your
show
job
where
is
she
coming
interviews
to an
No,
people.
but she's like actually mad.
That was a wonderfully awkward laugh at the end.
Wow.
No, he goes, you're a horrible interviewer. And he goes, yeah, well, it'll be entertaining. And she flat out goes, well, and that's also why your show's being canceled. And he goes, whoa, and then awkwardly laughs. And that was like the end of it, because the show got canceled.
Wow.
God, shit. Oh my God.
So, hey, I guess we're already, man, this is flying along. We're at our first break. We'll be back in just a moment with Super Naked. I'm Brett Riley. Thanks for listening to Couldn't Help But Notice. We'll be back in just a moment.
We're not gonna move.
Hi, I'm John Lovitz, broadcasting to you from the John Lovitz Comedy Club at Universal City in Hollywood. And I'd like to invite you to come down every Tuesday at 8 o'clock. We tape all these great comics at the John Lovitz Comedy Club, and there is no cover charge, and there's no 2-item minimum. Just come on in, get something to eat if you'd like, and enjoy these fabulous new comedians. And you can see them on the John Lovitz Comedy Network, but come down to the taping live every Tuesday at 8 p.m. at the John Lovitz Comedy Club and Podcast Theater at Universal City Walk in Hollywood.
All right. We're back with Super Naked. I'm your host, Brett Riley, Lee Miles, Matt Gendel, Luke Thomas.
Welcome
And,
back.
see, I was just, you know what? I just wanted to impress myself right there.
That was pretty
Remember
fucking
everybody's
good.
name.
That was good because I couldn't remember your name for
It's
like
fine.
3 weeks.
Brett Riley. It's
remember-
okay. No,
I remember
I've-
Brett.
But I have the most.
But that was all I
I
had.
also have the most ambiguous white guy face. Like everywhere I go, people think that I'm somebody else, or they're like, "Dude, I remember seeing you on Comedy Central, man." I was like,
I
I've
just
never.
remember this is a shark.
This is.
I
Got a little bit of Baldwin going on.
That's when I do urban shows. They always bring me up on stage and say that I'm one of the Baldwin.
You look
brothers.
like Alec Baldwin.
Yeah, they were like, "Man, you do look like Alec Baldwin."
You do a little bit. Hey man, you look like you.
I was like, "All right, man. Okay, man." I did.
Love that stuff.
I did Mo Better Mondays last night, which was awesome.
Where was that shot? Or,
It's
was it live?
it's at the Hollywood Improv.
Nice.
It's been going for over a decade, but
Shit.
it's young Black Hollywood's hottest night. I mean, I've met everybody doing that show. I met Rihanna and Matt Kemp one night. I met 50 Cent, Ocho Cinco, Roy Jones came up. That was one of the coolest nights because I never want to be the starstruck guy. I don't want to be a fanboy, so I don't ever like. I'm like, hey man, can I get a picture? But it's always cool when like somebody like Roy Jones comes up to you and goes, hey man, that was funny, man. Can we get a picture together? I was like, yeah, you know what? Here's my phone too. So, but yeah. So back to let's. I want to make sure to cover this. Super Naked. Why is it called Super Naked? We didn't ever answer that question.
Because we couldn't come up with anything better.
Okay.
Pretty much.
Lee seems disappointed.
He's
in
biting
your
his
answer,
tongue.
No. So Maddie
Okay.
and I were at a party,
Okay.
and you play this stupid game.
Yes, this is what happened.
All right. So there's this game where you take like 10 pieces of paper, however many people there are.
Yeah.
Right.
Right. So for us, there would
10
be
people, 10 papers.
Right. So 10 people, 10 papers, and you number them. Right.
Mhm.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, which
Yeah,
is
that's how numbers
coincidentally
work.
A
the
name,
name
of one of our songs.
Okay.
Right. And on one side, on number 1, you write a phrase or a sentence or an idea or something.
Mhm.
And you pass it to your right, and the person to your right flips it over and makes a drawing of the thing that you wrote. Right. So if I wrote Flash Gordon on
Right.
the front,
Mhm.
you pass it to the right, and then that person has to draw Flash Gordon. Right. And then they pass it to the right. Right.
Yeah!
Locked and loaded.
He's good.
He's good.
So you pass it to the right, and then that person has to write what they think the drawing is. So it's like this weird game of telephone where every other person is writing from a picture or drawing a picture of something that was a written phrase.
Okay.
So then by the time it gets to the end,
You get a storybook.
you have a storybook and you show like this is what they wrote and this is what the next person drew. Hilarity ensues, great icebreaker.
Yeah.
You meet lots of people and hook up. And
It's also a really good way to pay no attention to the awkward people around you. You can just pay attention to maybe the one person in the party you like, and like kind of snicker and laugh at.
you could
whatever.
write them a message.
Yeah.
If you wanted to.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's-
The possibilities are endless. So one of the contestants
Yeah.
had written something, and I don't remember the rest of it.
I actually don't. I think it was something about skinny dipping when it came to me
At night.
at night. So I drew, and if anybody has ever seen how capable I am of drawing,
Okay.
it's pretty fucking
He's
awful.
pretty talented.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's like a kindergartner drawing with their weak hand is better than me drawing
With your strong
Yeah,
hand.
yeah.
Okay.
So I draw 2 stick figures skinny dipping, big old titties and the whole thing, you know.
Okay.
Clearly they're underwater, but it's story time and we're reading them. And I was really disappointed when they showed my picture. They were just like, oh, whatever. And I was like, well, how do they look? And they're like, they're naked. And I was like, no. They're super naked. So Luke's across the table. Yeah, 8 feet away from me. He looks up. He's like,
Band name!
right?
Band name Super Naked.
So fast forward a week later, I've long forgotten about it, and I get I'm just doing my own thing, and I get a text from Luke that says,
Yeah.
Lee has just spent the last 45 minutes trying to find a flaw with Super Naked.
And because there is no flaw. When you see it, first of all, face value, Super Naked looks fucking awesome. You can't really deny that. And
Let's
if
go
you
the
are
other
trying
way.
to deny that, then you're not a person that we want to even know and that exists. So
I like that you think that way because right now I have a clip of me that I'm sending out to bookers and agency people and all this stuff, and it's the clip of me getting a standing ovation, and the clip got me a meeting with Russell Simmons at his house. So I'm like this.
NBD.
So I send, and they gave me the footage. So this is the footage I'm sending out now to people that are possibly going to represent me. And when they call, if they have any like, well, it's not really my style of humor or whatever. I'm like, yeah, we can't work together.
Yeah, that's just you. I don't even want
to. There's no reason for us to work together if me getting a standing ovation, that set got me these other things. If that's not good enough for you to want to work with me, I can't work with you. I think
another thing is that this.
So that's a cool way to go into it.
It
you
is.
don't like Super Naked.
You know we pissed off an entire city with our band name.
Who?
Universal City.
Yeah, they tried to. Yeah.
They brought an entire team of lawyers over here to John Lovett's club and said that we had to take our name off of the kiosk
Did they?
marquee.
No.
didn't take it
Mark
down.
said no.
Yeah. He had known us a week, and
Yeah.
he went full on
No.
toe to toe.
It's not coming down. It's not coming down. That's my
Coming down. It's
impression
the
of
name
Mark.
of a band. It's the
Snot
name of the
coming
band.
down.
Snot coming down. It's like, have you been to this fucking horrible zoo, the LA Zoo? They have,
Oh, yeah.
They have an exhibit of a snow leopard.
Yeah.
Snow leopard in there.
Snow leopard.
There's snow leopard. Snow leopard in the cage. I have not seen the snow leopard once. Like, it's the most depressing zoo in America. All the animals are just looking at you like, kill me, kill me. This is horrible.
I didn't know there was an LA Zoo.
Oh, it's
Oh,
bad.
yeah.
It's real close to here. It's not that far away.
You know what's better than the LA Zoo? Going and eating lunch in what used to be the zoo. You can go like sit in the gorilla cage, the old gorilla cages and stuff like that.
Eat lunch in it?
Yeah, it's like just open. It's in Griffith Park or whatever. You can just go hang, walk around, whatever. That's actually more fun than going to the zoo
the
and watching
actual
the
zoo.
animal. Because all the animals in the LA Zoo just didn't get cast, right? Like they were all trying to be commercial actors too, and they're like, this is my gig.
You mean like our news stations out here?
Exactly.
Failed actor. Shit, that's
Oh
just like-
man, there's some stuff going on, man.
Oh,
There's
we're
some
having an earthquake.
There's some that clip. Did you see that clip? Wait. We're having an earthquake.
Look, the lights.
We're having an earthquake.
Yeah. And the freaking Malaysian plane they keep talking about.
Oh man, I can't even talk about. I can, but
Do you realize it's banged like CNN's ratings like
it's
through the roof?
so I can't. I want to move off of Earth because of this. It's just everything, and it's so funny because I have the CNN app, and I think the only reason I have the CNN app is so that I can have something to bitch about. Because I enjoy doing it. So every morning I wake up and there's 5 new notifications on my phone talking about the plane, and all they just move the location, but they put the same headline.
It's the same
Objects
picture of
that
that one guy
were
looking out the
seen
window.
by someone. Turns out it's not a plane. More objects were located.
And that
Turns
wasn't
out
it
there's
either.
not a plane there. 125.
Did you see Jon Stewart just rip them?
Oh.
Like all the different stations. It was brilliant. If you check that clip, he does the whole. He goes into because he showed all the clips from Fox News and all this
Oh,
stuff of
yeah.
all these guys going. Well, why is nobody talking about the fact that the pilots were Muslim, and all this stuff, and then Muslim.
Pilots were
And
Muslim.
the fact is
Muslim.
like Jon
Pilots
Stewart
were-
goes, yeah, in a part of the world that's more Muslim than not Muslim.
Yeah.
Why is that an issue? What are we? I don't know. And just everything seems to be the line of discussion with everything in our media seems to be led by the dumbest, by the lowest intellect.
Oh, I wish
Right.
I could remember where I saw this headline, but there's now a bunch of conspiracy that the plane never existed in the first place,
Yeah.
right? Like it's a whole hoax and whatever. And my first thought was like, is David Copperfield a terrorist all of a sudden?
Have you
Like,
noticed that he never said anything?
Yeah, he's keeping quiet. He's on his island, just chilling. Nah, he's
Well,
like,
speaking of the
"Best
island, that we
illusion
should just
ever."
all go ahead and agree that that's where they all are. Is on the island.
Ah,
They're on the island. They're just lost.
They're lost.
There was a headline that said all lives are lost. I was like, that makes sense to me.
There you go.
They're on the island. Everybody's fine. They're just lost.
On the island.
Heisenberg became Malcolm in the Middle, and these fuckers were lost.
It's true.
But man,
Everything was fine with that sentence except for these fuckers, because they are gone. Like, we don't know where they are.
Yeah. Look, yeah.
I'm sensitive.
These
Let's
flyers,
stay
these
PC.
flyers.
You can just
Frequent
cut that
flyers.
one out
Let's
there.
do the little niblet trimlet.
But it's sad
Sometimes I let
that
the bad ones slip.
everyone is. It's sad that it's so obvious to me that it has to be a distraction at this point of the
yeah.
game. Maybe there was a plane that some tragedy occurred. Probably that did happen. But
Right.
the way that the media has been spinning it makes me go,
Well,
wait.
the fact that they don't
This is
cover. No, but they don't cover. It's just. Okay, I put this up on my Facebook not too long ago because I saw that Paul Ryan, who's chairman of the budget committee or whatever, was going on a tour through 7 cities talking about financial stuff. And he kept saying, he's talking about entitlements and welfare, and all these people that are talking about entitlements and welfare and all this stuff. That's what needs to be cut for our country to be more fiscally responsible. Anybody that believes that shit is fucking delusional. If everybody that makes money in this country paid taxes, we'd be fine. The whole thing with them telling everybody, convincing the general public that we're broke, that's what really infuriates me. Because the fact is people don't realize the NFL doesn't pay taxes. the PGA Tour doesn't pay taxes.
The church doesn't pay
The
taxes.
church doesn't pay taxes. Yeah. It's just like, but it's too easy to convince dumb people to hate poor people.
Right.
And it's an even easier proposition to convince racist, cowardly, ignorant people that everything in the inner city is what threatens their way of life.
Sure.
That's just so friggin' obvious with me. And that's why I can't talk about it on stage, because I can't find a way to make it funny.
Right.
I can't.
Right.
Like,
It's
not
just
funny,
turned into
it's
not funny,
it's
it's just
upsetting.
upsetting. So,
Well, it's only funny if
Yeah.
if you go like the Lewis Black route, where that is your material.
yeah, your
You know,
material.
and eventually you
but
just-
that's the one thing that is I've definitely learned over my 15 years of comedy. Is you can't, once you have your voice, you can't switch it up. You can't be like Captain Controversial one night
Right.
and then be Bill Engvall the next
Put
night.
yourself in
Yeah.
that box.
You
Yeah.
can't. You can't. So I know what mine is. I know what my zone is, and mine is the non-threatening white guy.
Good humor though.
People don't see me
You're
coming.
funny, man. I watched
I
a bunch of.
appreciate
I
it.
kind of
Yeah.
stalked you on the tube of you, and you're.
I want to put more stuff up. That's
funny
like people give
guy.
me shit. Other comics are like, "Why do you say slow?" When I do the slow character, when I talk like that, they go, "Why don't you just say retarded?" I was like, "Cause I put thought into the stuff that I say. I
Dude,
don't say
my
retarded."
girlfriend will literally.
Yeah.
She'll come off the couch and slap me if I say that. If I say
Retarded.
retard,
Yeah.
she can't do it right now.
I just
but-
say,
She'll probably. Be
but
next
I
to you
say
when we
slow.
watch
I
this
say
stuff.
slow for a reason, because we don't all move at the same speed.
Yeah.
So, and it's empowering to do. So that's why I do that. But it really irks some comics. They're like, "Dude, you're doing retard jokes," and I was like, "No, I'm not. I'm talking about how powerful it is and how easy it is to disarm somebody that's aggressive."
And it's
By
true.
just
Some of
acting
these
like you're
people
slow.
aren't retarded. It's true. I
Yeah.
come from the southeast.
Yeah.
Love my hometown. It's all great. But man, there's some people there that you would, if you didn't know no better, you'd be pretty
they-
damn sure Dad got kicked in the head by a mule
Yeah.
at some point and became retarded.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I can't. Kansas, it pisses me off. I talk about it all the time on stage, because people go, "Where are you from?" I go, "Kansas," and they go, "The South." And I go, "Have you seen a fucking map? Kansas is the dead center. Like my hometown. If you look at a map, it looks like the exact pinpoint center of the country."
Right.
And people are like, "The South," and I was like, "No, not at all." Like, but it bothers me, because I'll go home, and guys that I grew up with, and girls that I grew up with and stuff, because they want to be country. People want to be. They have to. You can't live unless you make yourself a caricature. You know,
It's
like
so
make
true.
themselves like talk like this, man. "Hey, man, I'm proud of you, dude. Heard you're killing it out there
Hey, man.
in L.A., man." I was like, "Why are you talking like that?"
Right.
You know what
Like,
they say? How you been doing, Hollywood?
Yeah.
I'm like, my name's Lee. You know, you've known me for 30 fucking years. I'm Lee. I'm not Hollywood. And when they say that, I get pissed. But then again, I listen really closely to that accent, and I say, it's okay. They're there, and they're just there. Probably,
And you're trying to find a way to make it right in your head.
and
for
very
being there.
hard because
Yeah.
that's my hometown, and
That's how I feel too. I mean, I love my hometown. I go
Hollywood.
back once a month.
how you doing, Hollywood?
But that's the genius and the artistry behind Slow Man,
Yeah.
because it really says more about everybody else than it says about what you're doing,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And it's like, it's okay for the guy to fuck with you when you're like normal white dude, but if you're slow, then all of a sudden it's like, oh, I can't.
I can't.
It has
yeah.
nothing to do with you
Yeah.
or the character or the jokes.
And-
It's about everybody else.
And that's why I'm easily dismissed people that act like they're offended by anything that I say on stage. Like I do the joke about the gay guy,
Yeah.
about the gay guy that came up to me, and he's like, "Oh my God, you're so funny. You're so funny. You had me dying. Like my ribs hurt." Why are you making that noise? This is disgusting. Stop it. Why are you doing? And the guy goes, "My name's Trevor. Did I shake Trevor's hand? Yeah, because I'm a gentleman. But for half a second, did I wonder if Trevor was knuckle deep in an asshole 30 minutes ago? Yeah, I did. And is it my place to judge? Yeah, it is.
Did he shake Knuckles up? Did he give you-
Knuckles
Yeah.
up. I don't know. I didn't. I just shook his hand, and I was like, but
Did
then
it
I had a
feel-
girl get offended. She was like, "That joke you do is so offensive," and I was like, "No, it's not. We're already backed into another break, and this is a good thing. Please come back and join us, Super Naked. I'm your host, Brett Riley. Couldn't help but notice. We'll be back in just a
Y'all
moment.
come back now.
Yeah, man.
Hi, I'm John Lovitz, broadcasting to you from the John Lovitz Comedy Club at Universal City in Hollywood. And I'd like to invite you to come down every Tuesday at 8 o'clock. We tape all these great comics at the John Lovitz Comedy Club, and there is no cover charge, and there's no 2-item minimum. Just come on in, get something to eat if you'd like, and enjoy these fabulous new comedians. And you can see them on the John Lovitz Comedy Network, but come down to the taping live every Tuesday at 8 p.m. at the John Lovitz Comedy Club and Podcast Theater at Universal City Walk in Hollywood.
All right, we're back. I'm your host, Brett Riley, with Super Naked. We're just having talks. We're just talking about
Talking
stuff.
about things and guys.
Just stuff that guys talk about.
Dude, it's so fun. Sometimes things come out of my mouth. Like I was with my girl Sunday, and we were having an intimate moment.
Nice.
And or shall I say, about to have one. And I was laying there, and this is one that just came out. I said, "Yeah, come over here, little boy." And it came out, and when it came out, she just like she got up off of the bed, and she said, "What the fuck did you just say?" And I was like, "Come here, little boy." I don't know. I just thought of it. Well, because we like to laugh and have fun together.
Yeah,
but sometimes you just say things that just as it came out of my mouth. Come here, little boy.
Yeah.
It just like I felt it come out, and I was like, "That's just weird." And now I have to live with it.
My wife did this. I told my wife, I was like, look, no stand-up comedy when we're intimate. When we're having that moment, don't try and make. It's not fair. It's not just like my penis doesn't get along with the children. Like 'cause one time
much.
before we had our child, we're having sex one time, and she all of a sudden starts talking to imaginary children. And she was like, "It's okay, kids. Daddy's not hurting mommy. Daddy's not hurting mommy." And I was like, "I'm done. I'm done."
Is she a stand-up?
Yeah, she was trying. No, she's not. She's a nurse. And
That's
I do
one.
have to start watching my mouth though. That's where I'm at right
Try
now.
that with her, I dare you. Come here, little boy.
Come here, little boy. No, it'll end it quick. Just yeah.
Because that's one that sits, like, I'm sure my girlfriend might right now be, like, we're at work going, what the fuck did he mean by that? Why would he say that?
Yeah.
And it's nothing, I don't like little boys, that's disgusting. But
Right.
it was, I'm human, I have the thing, and I want to laugh with my girl, and sometimes I go a little too far, too quick.
Yeah. My wife always picks like the worst time to try and be funny. I'm just like, what are you doing? Stop it. Like, we were watching The Wolf of Wall Street the other night. Never mind, I can't tell this. My wife will listen to this. She'll be so mad. Never mind.
Oh, come on. She sounds like a good
Bottom line.
sport.
Bottom
no
line.
one
Okay.
listening.
Well, bottom
It's
line is. Bottom line is we're watching The Wolf of Wall Street, and it's the scene with the really hot blonde that Leonardo leaves his first wife for.
Right.
Yeah.
First time when she comes at that doorway and she's just naked, and she's flawless. She's physically flawless.
Which
and
is
you're just
kind
like,
of ugly to me.
and I was looking at her like this. I'm looking at her. I'm like, and right then my wife decides to just friggin' just honk a growler fart, just. And I go like this. I go. It's like,
That's genius.
it's like you're that comfortable. I was like, that's where we are.
That's not what happened, bro.
Like we're 9
No,
years
no.
in.
Yeah.
We're 9 years in, and that's how comfortable you are that you see me looking at this, and you're just like, I don't think anything special. Like just, I was like,
But don't you feel like it was on purpose? Like, because if you've been together for so long, she's probably said everything.
yeah.
Like,
she
she's
has.
probably like, smash it, don't look at her. What? There's probably been that moment somewhere.
Yeah.
Now she's just like, that's how smart women are. It's like, she sees you looking, she sees you in her brain. She's like, calculate, fart right now. That will end his moment without me having to be like weird and jealous.
Yeah.
I just farted. It's a natural biological function of the human body, people. I'm not jealous.
I have to watch my mouth so much though, because my buddy just told me some stuff about my kid, about his kid, because his kid's only a couple months older than mine, but she's talking now.
Yeah.
Mine hasn't started talking yet. She says hi, and if you go, how big is Veda? She'll go, and you go, they're so big. Anyway, but she's gonna start talking like anytime.
Yeah.
My buddy was like, dude, you really gotta you got to watch your mouth. And I was like, I know. He goes, no, you really do. He was like, because the other week, his beautiful little daughter, his angel, you know, comes into the room and she just walks up to him and she goes, I fucking pooped. And he said he was laughing so hard he couldn't even like get this story out to his wife because he was like, and it was clear. He was like, it was clear. It was in the right context. He was like,
But it's so funny because that's an original. She didn't really necessarily repeat the phrase. She just used the one part of it.
Like she was like, she
They fucking pooped.
Wait, how old are kids when they start talking? Usually,
It's different for all kids. Like I started early and never. Right at a year, I was talking. My mom wrote it in my baby book. I was on the floor, playing with toys and stuff, and she's washing dishes. She goes, "You want to come and help Mommy wash dishes?" And I go, "I'd like to be a spectator, not a participant." And my mom was like, "What, Steve?" Steve. My dad came in. She goes, "Tell Daddy what you just told Mommy." And I just repeated it like it was no big deal.
Yeah.
I was like, "I want to be a spectator, not a participant." And my dad was like, "Okay, all right, okay." But I've never shut up since. That's what I know. I know I'm going to pay for that too.
Yeah.
Because she's all day long just walks around just and then once she can say words, it's just over because I've never shut up.
Now the weird thing is when they use like the curse words, whatever, like the parrot thing is one thing, but when they use them in context, because I was at my friend's house, we were 12, whatever. His little sister walks into the room.
Does that look broken?
And says, "Shit," and we were like, "Why? Why?
Good.
And she goes, "No shit." And we were like, "Why are you just saying, don't use that word?"
Yeah.
And she steps aside and she had shit on the floor. And she was just trying to tell us, like, there's shit all on the floor. I did that. But she only knew shit. She didn't know the rest of the words.
I've been pretty lucky so far. She's like, I don't know. The parenting thing's changed everything for me. Feels like everything started. I was like banging my head up against the wall on everything, career-wise, just friendship-wise, with everything. And now all of a sudden I'm just, I don't know, man. I think the biggest key to happiness is feeling worthy. Now that I'm like married, it's very established. Like that, my wife and I are in love. We're solid. That's solid. And now we have the baby. Now all of a sudden, I actually I don't know. One day I just kind of was like, you know what? I'm worthy. I'm like, I deserve to be happy. Then why not? It's weird.
I'm curious because I haven't found an interview. You got in a terrible car accident and almost killed you.
Mm-hmm.
What?
It changed it just changed. Like when people when I talk to like older people on planes and stuff, they're like, you have an old soul. I don't meet like young guys like you that talk like about life the way that you do. And I was like, it's not anything that I did. It's like something about coming face to face with your own mortality and knowing that like it never goes away. That like at any moment you could be gone.
What happened? What happened?
I got T-boned. It was like 9:30 at night. I was exactly in the same position that I'm in right now with my career. 5 years ago, it was September 12, 2008. And I'd just gone out and showcased the night before for all these bigwigs and stuff. And they were like shaking hands and they were like, "Hey, we'll sign contracts this week. Like, versatile white guy like you that can do the black rooms, old, young, white, black, Latino, whatever. Yeah, we can definitely we'll sign contracts this week." The next night, I took a night off. I was like, I'm just going to go hang out with my buddies. I'm in North Hollywood, and last thing I remember is seeing a parallel parking spot along the park. And I got hit by a kid going 65 miles an hour in a minivan on a surface street. And he hit me on my side, just straight on, hit me so hard that the car spun off and knocked a parked car out of the street. His car knocked a car out of the street. I ruptured my diaphragm, my guts.
Holy shit.
My guts were behind my lungs. Whew. So they had to it took them an hour and a half to get me out of the car.
What?
And
you're awake for this.
That's the thing is that my eyes were open. I don't remember it because I was in shock, but my friends were the ones that responded. They came running. Their apartment was on the back side of that apartment building.
The place
right
you were
there.
headed to with your friend's
And
house?
they heard the crash. It was so loud that they come running down, and all these people are just frozen on the sidewalk, and they were like, they come running over, and they go, "Don't worry, man. There's a fire station right down the street. Ambulance is on his way." Holy shit, Riley! And I'm just like this, and they were like, "Dude, Riley, you're okay, man. You're gonna be okay." I was like, I just kept going. I can't feel my legs, and I'm like, just wedged like this. And they were like, my friends stayed, and then they had to walk away when they pulled me out because like this like I was screaming. The last thing I remember was looking down and I have no pants on, and I'm on an operating table, and they're like putting tubes down my throat, and I'm looking. I'm like, it's cold in here. Yeah, it's really cold in here. And I woke up, and I was out, and then I woke up, and my wife was, and the first thing that I saw when I woke up was my now wife, and that's the thing. That's why I love my wife so much. That's why I got to do that, because most girls in their mid-20s. She has a good career, you know. She's making her own money and all this stuff. I'm not her husband, and she had the foresight that she put me on her insurance.
Wow.
She'd already put me on her insurance because we lived together.
Oh my gosh.
And she'd also stayed with me, and it was horrible. Like I tell my friends all the time, like when they're like, "Man, your wife's great. Don't get me wrong, I love Shana, but she really busts your balls." And I go, "Dude, that girl stayed with me for the last 5 years."
Kudos, Shannon. You rule.
Shana,
Fuck the naysayers.
Yeah, but she, living with me, I realized like living with me was like the life of Pi. Like for her, it was basically like the kid being stuck on a boat with a big.
Because you were
with
out
a
of work for
tiger.
like 2 years or something, right?
I was crazy, so I actually went and did the improv a week after I got out of the hospital.
How's that?
And they told me that they were like, "You're nuts. You get the hell out of here." I hadn't even been okayed for crutches, but I lied to my friend when my wife went to work. I just had it in my head that everybody was going to try and forget about me, or you know what I mean. And well, truthfully, the phone went dead. All the people, those same people that were shaking my hand, telling me how great I was.
Yeah, man.
When I see them now, they don't even. It's just, "Hey, man," because they don't know what to say to me, because they know that they just friggin' disappeared.
Yeah.
And we were about to do, what would have been a game changer business-wise for me in my career, and
Just wasn't time. It's about time now, though.
yeah, it feels like it. That's what I mean. It feels like it, and I'm excited about stuff. But that's also why I got to propose to my wife on Oprah,
Amazing.
because I did on the Oprah Winfrey Network on this show, and it got canceled. They played 3 episodes. They were saving ours for later in the season, and the show got canceled after 3.
It was great, though. You guys
I
got to
paid for
watch
my
it.
wife's ring and stuff. And
So it never aired?
no, I never aired. I got okayed to put what Lee watched on my website. I got to put a clip up. That was it.
Oh,
It's
once
like
it
the
was
last
canceled.
segment.
Yeah.
I got to put up the 6-minute. I got to put the actual proposal. And
It's fucking. You got to see
it was.
You
It was
guys.
really. I mean,
you get a ring, and you get a ring.
Yeah, everybody gets rings.
but yeah, my wife didn't. That was also cool because like everybody bought the lie. Like it was obviously a surprise, and they were like, "Was she really didn't know?" And I was like, "No, she really didn't know." Like, and it blew my mind because my friends, my family, and she totally bought the lie, the cover story, which was, "Oh, the Oprah Winfrey Network is doing a documentary about up and coming comics." So they're following me around.
That sounds like it could be true.
But that was the thing is like I was like, when everybody bought it, I was like, wow, everybody actually does believe that I'm not an idiot. Because for at least the first decade that I was doing comedy, and I understand rightfully so, just as a parent or as people that care about you, they're like, dude, if you can make hundreds of people that don't know you, of all kinds of different backgrounds, listen to you talk for 45 minutes to an hour, why the fuck aren't you making $300,000 a year in sales? And I was like, I don't know, because I don't want to boss. I just don't want to boss at all. Like,
I also don't care about sales.
oh, yeah, and also I'm not.
that whole
But
other
even before
thing,
the wreck,
yeah.
though, I was never. I'm not a stuff guy, which is also why I'm grateful for my wife, because if I wasn't with her, I'd have like an apartment with there'd be nothing on the walls. It'd just be like Coleman chairs and like a mini fridge. I'd have a kick-ass like TV and a PlayStation and stuff.
Sure.
Oh,
Nothing
of
but
course.
the PlayStation be on the floor though.
It'd be on the but
Nothing
because
but
of
that.
her, it's a home. We
You have
balance each
furniture.
other out. We have furniture.
Yeah, and a bed probably.
Yeah. So
That's awesome.
yeah. So you guys married? Any of you?
I am.
You are?
Yeah.
How long?
1.5 years.
Cool. So yeah, I'm celebrating
We
2
just
years.
got a new dining room table
That's exciting.
and a new bed.
Yeah.
And I
You
have,
got the bed.
I have a couch.
Ah,
Got the bed. It's organic.
it's an organic bed.
Organic bed. I'm not joking.
What
She
is
has
an organic
allergies,
bed?
right?
The mattress is organic.
What does that even mean?
Matt can tell you because he used to work there.
Oh,
What
it's
is
one
it?
of those.
Yeah.
What's an organic bed?
Is it one of the latex ones?
I guess it doesn't have all the crazy chemical fire retardant stuff.
For
Oh, okay.
example,
Because
I have a
if you-
Tempur-Pedic mattress, and
Yeah.
it's got like a lifetime warranty, and kudos to them because when it outlives me, and it's going to outlive the cockroaches. Like it was probably the worst decision for the Earth that I could have made buying
Right.
that thing.
Yeah.
But I fucking love it, and it's I sleep great in it, and I'm gonna sleep well until the day I die.
Yeah.
And then they're not gonna know what to do with my mattress because we could put it to Fukushima, like
Yeah,
throw it
they're
in a
gonna
pile.
build forts.
Yeah. it was-
By the way, do you guys think we should be eating sushi anymore?
I
After that
hope
shit?
I'm doing it. Ignorance is bliss until I see hard evidence that says no. But
I've already looked at those articles. and read them.
but there's equally as many to say that that it's not a problem. But
There is
yeah.
like it's just amazing to me how many people that you run into in America that really have no idea
zero.
that there's a fucking garbage pile the size of Texas
Mhm.
in the out in this part of the ocean. Like people have no idea.
Yeah.
And
So
I'm
we
like,
have that. Then we
and the
got
Fukushima.
all that, and,
Yeah.
and that's just leaking. That's not getting any better.
Oh yeah, and it's not. It's continuous. And
Exactly.
with the ocean, what's it called? Tides.
Mm-hmm.
Currents.
With the currents, it's coming straight here.
It's probably fine.
Godfather said it's fine.
Godfather says it's fine.
Probably fine.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll probably die from an earthquake or something.
Quicker.
before then.
Quicker.
Seriously,
we
I've
use
only
it?
felt one of them. One of all these earthquakes, I've
it's
only
probably
felt
fine.
one of them.
Yeah,
Do you guys
I felt
get
a
scared
couple
about
of them.
those?
I sleep through everything.
Yeah.
I would sleep through my own rape. It's an affliction. Yeah. But I have a little bit of
He
a
has,
sixth sense.
actually.
Yeah, I didn't even know it. I didn't even know it. I've got a little bit.
Got a bit of a numb asshole, this one.
I've got
It's got a little bit of a numb butt over here.
but I've got a little bit of that sixth sense to wake up for emergency.
Okay.
The only quake that woke me up was 2-3 weeks ago, whatever that one
Yeah.
was, at like
6:30 in the morning.
So
Yeah, that
I-
one was the one that got me because it was like this. It felt like, whoomp, and I was just like, okay, I felt that. And I ran right into the baby's room and just
Yeah.
like, what
And-
are we
and-
doing now? I don't know what to do now. Like, our neighbors were like, will you put your shoes on? And I was like,
That's
That's
step
the
one.
first step.
That's step one.
that makes sense.
Shoes, but baby or baby shoes?
Well, baby shoes don't
Baby,
fit.
no.
Guys, this has been great. Will you guys come back?
Oh,
Yes.
please.
I
I'd
want
like
you
to
guys
do
to
this
come back.
weekly.
I would. We'll just do that.
We'll see you next Tuesday.
We'll see you next Tuesday with Super Naked and Burrelli.
See you next Tuesday.
And see you every Friday.
Yeah, I
10
hope
p.m.
to. I'm holding them to that.
Yeah.
I'm holding you guys to it. You guys are just as much part of it.
Friday nights, John Lovett's Comedy Club.
10
Get
p.m.
Super Naked with Jay Davis, who is somewhere.
He was gonna be here, but Jay's like running around. He's got like all kinds of stuff
He's
going on
super
right now.
busy.
But come out and get Super Naked with Jay Davis with Super Naked, and I'm gonna be here any Friday that I'm not out of town. I'm gonna be here. My name's Brett Riley. Give it up again for my guests, Matt Gendall,
Lee
Lee
Miles.
Miles, and Luke Thomas. Again, I'm Brett Riley, guys. Keep tuning in because I got Pampers to buy. So thanks.